What is up, guys? We're back at Jones Subwoofer Solutions. Another amp dyno today. The Skar RP800. Had a request for this, realized I hadn't done it yet. So here we are, Skar RP800. Rated 370 watts at 4 ohms, 600 watts at 2 ohms, and 800 watts at 1 ohm. RP series is Skar's Chinese amps. So drop your guesses now. Let me know what you think it'll do. Catch you guys on the dyno bench in just a sec. Alright guys, here we are on the dyno bench with the Skar RP800. Again, it was rated 370 watts at 4 ohms, 600 watts at 2 ohms, and 800 watts at 1 ohm. It is 1 ohm stable. We're going to go through this real quick. We're going to do certified, which is up to 1% distortion or clipping. Then we're going to do uncertified, where the dyno will keep reading into distortion or clipping. And then dynamic is a burst or pulse track, 40 hertz, where the dyno will read the dynamic power. We're going to do each of these 4 ohms, then 2 ohms, and then we'll finish with 1 ohm. So let's get into it. Certified. We're going to start with 4 ohms. We are at 15 volts. It's a little higher than I planned on. I wanted to be just a little bit lower. The CMAX really wants to hang on to that 15 volts. So we should drop into mid 14s. We'll see. So again, rated 370 watts, the Skar RP800 at 4 ohms. Let's see what it does. All right, we got a little bit more than rated. We got 413 watts into 4 ohms, dropping to 14.91 volts. We will continue. 2 ohms, rated 600 watts. We're at 14.96 volts starting. Let's see what it does. Skar RP800. All right, again, a little more than rated. 679 watts into 2 ohms, dropping to 14.83 volts. Not too shabby, so we'll continue. 1 ohm, rated 800 watts. We're starting at 14.91 volts. Let's see what it has. All right, a bit more than rated. We got 951 watts into 1 ohm, dropping to 14.68 volts. So not a bad performance so far. Pull my meter, my tape away. All right, we're going to continue with uncertified. And again, we're going to start with 4 ohms. Rated 370 watts. Looks like the CMAX has rebounded just a little bit. That's fine. We'll keep going. So we're at 15 volts. Rated 370 watts. RP800. All right, into clipping a little bit. We got 425 watts into 4 ohms, dropping to 14.89 volts. So a little bit of a kick from the clipping. 2 ohms, we're at 14.96 volts. Let's see what it does. Again, it was rated 600 watts at 2 ohms. All right, let that one go a little bit. 726 watts into 2 ohms, dropped to 14.77 volts. So well above rated. We're at 14.91 volts, rated 800 watts at 1 ohm. Let's see what it does uncertified. All right, got us a bit over 1,066 watts into 1 ohm. Dropped to 14.61 volts. So good performance across the board so far. Dynamic is the burst track. Again, we're going to start at 4 ohms. We're at 15 volts starting. Let's see what it does. Rated 370 watts. I think that's all. Tad more. 442 watts into 4 ohms. Dropped to 14.95 volts. That is dynamic. 2 ohms rated 600 watts. With 14.95 volts. All right, dynamic, we see 788 watts into 2 ohms, dropping to 14.85 volts. And lastly, dynamic, 1 ohm, rated 800 watts. Let's see what we get. Pretty big power. I think that's everything. 1,293 watts into 1 ohm, dropping to 14.77 volts. So really good performance, guys. That is all I have for the dyno testing. I'm going to put up the performance summary. We'll take a look inside the amp. I'll catch you guys back on the bench. Alright guys, we're back on the bench. I got the plate off of the RP800. We can take a good look inside. It's a small amp. Looks to be pretty clean. I know these are Chinese. Yeah, there's a dab of glue on there, but that's serving a purpose. Overall, it looks pretty good to me. So we will take a peek at these end caps. On this side, we have a protect and power light, a plug for the bass remote, which I'll show you in just a second. We have some standard RCAs left and right, bass EQ or bass boost, which is 0, 5, or 12 dB. You have your gain knob, low pass filter from 50 to 220 hertz, and a subsonic filter that can be off up to 50 hertz. And then we'll take a look at this side. These are 4 gauge power and ground. The manual does say to use 4 gauge. Then you have 10 gauge remote wire and speaker wires. There are 2 sets of outputs. And then the amp does come with, you get an Allen wrench, and it does use the same Allen wrench on all of those terminals. So even though the power and ground are physically a larger screw, it uses the same Allen wrench. And then you get a cord for the bass knob, which is the headphone jack. I don't really care for those. And you get one of these smaller bass knobs holding it upside down. At least it is aluminum housed. And you get your manual. But that is everything I've got on the Skar RP800. Did a little better than I expected. Let me know what you guys thought. Let me know what you guys want to see next. I can tell you guys I'm going to be doing the new Smart 8 amplifier from Taramps. You guys should be seeing that next week. But let me know what else you guys want to see. Appreciate you for watching. Please hit the like button. Hit subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And I'll see you guys next time.